World's largest offshore wind farm? A sandbank in the North Sea could be home to a vast offshore wind farm by 2027, possibly the world's largest. A Dutch company is planning to build a massive offshore wind farm on Dogger Bank in the North Sea, which will include an artificial island equipped with a runway, harbor, and other facilities. The turbines harness wind energy to generate alternating current, which will be sent via cables to the island. There it will be converted into direct current to avoid incurring power losses when it's transmitted to the UK, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Denmark, and Norway. The current largest offshore wind farm, the London Array, can produce 630 megawatts of power. The Dogger Bank project, if it comes to fruition, is set to produce over 30,000 megawatts. Energy company TenneT will likely shoulder the €1.5 billion cost of building the island hub and source wind farm developers to install the turbines. Wind farms are popping up all over the world, and for good reason.
Japanese engineer develops turbine that loves typhoons. A new type of wind mechanism being developed in Japan is designed to not only harness power from the wind, but also to be particularly effective during typhoons. A typhoon turbine created by a Japanese engineer consists of 3 vertical blades and a central rod. It has an omnidirectional axis so that it can respond to wind coming from every direction. The turbine makes use of the principle of the Magnus effect. Air curves when passing by a rotating object, and the downward deflection of the airflow produces a lifting force that counteracts the force of gravity, enabling the object to remain airborne. The blades are controlled by the central rod, which can be tightened to slow down or stop the blades completely, regardless of the external forces. Under normal circumstances, the typhoon turbine can achieve about 30% efficiency, while a conventional wind turbine can achieve 40%. However, conventional wind turbines can be damaged by typhoons, while the typhoon turbine would still function normally in a large storm. The designer of the typhoon turbine believes a single typhoon would be able to generate enough energy to power Japan for 50 years. According to the Japan Guide, about 7 or 8 typhoons pass over Okinawa Prefecture each year, with about 3 hitting its main islands. If the typhoon turbine is proven to be functional under extreme weather, then Japan could harvest a significant amount of energy to power itself for a long time.
Plan for the world's largest floating wind farm gets the green light. Scotland's notoriously strong winds could pan out to be a blessing in disguise after the Scottish government recently approved plans for a floating wind farm. Existing offshore wind turbines, which need to stand on concrete or steel foundations, are expensive if anchored to depths greater than 40 meters. Instead of anchoring turbines to the sea floor, Statoil, a Norwegian energy company, plans to build a floating wind farm 15 miles off the coast of Peterhead, Scotland. 5 floating wind turbines will be installed offshore. The base of each will consist of a floating steel tube filled with ballast. Each wind turbine, measuring about 258 meters high, is then tethered to the seafloor 90 meters down by 3 moorings. Because they're not actually attached to the seabed, these types of wind turbines are cheaper than traditional ocean turbines and can be placed in deeper waters. Each of the 5 wind turbines will have a 6 megawatt capacity. Together, the 5 will be able to power an estimated 20,000 homes. In 2014, Scotland generated 11,740 gigawatt hours of power from wind, which nearly made up a third of Scotland's total energy consumption. Statoil's goal with this $232 million pilot project is to demonstrate global market potential for turbines.
Unique wind system may be key to bringing electricity to developing areas. A Minnesota wind turbine company has signed a licensing agreement that will see its energy technology be used in the Netherlands. Sheer Wind has a patented system of harvesting wind power that can produce 6 times more green energy than traditional systems called Envelox for increased velocity. The funnel-shaped Envelox system captures wind from all directions, even with speeds as low as 2 miles per hour. The wind is then funneled through a duct, where it picks up speed. The accelerated wind is delivered to the generators on the ground level, where its kinetic energy is harnessed to produce electricity. Any residual wind will be returned to the environment. Unlike conventional turbines, Envelox keeps its generators on the ground rather than on top. This allows it to produce 600% more power. With its capabilities, the powerful device can be used not just commercially, but also in developing nations and in areas where electricity is not readily accessible. Amazon is constructing a wind farm that contains 100 turbines. Amazon has announced a new project that aims to result in renewable energy that will power thousands of homes across America. Amazon Wind Farm Texas is underway. The diameter of each wind turbine will be 2 times the wingspan of a Boeing 747 plane. The farm in Scurry County, West Texas, will be comprised of more than 100 wind turbines in total. The wind turbines will generate an estimated 100,000 megawatt hours of wind energy every year, enough to power close to 90,000 homes in the United States. The latest development by the company, along with 4 other clean energy projects, should generate 2.6 million megawatt hours of energy each year to power more than 240,000 homes.